So today I want to talk about the reality of finishing an ultra marathon. So if you're someone who's looking to take up ultra running, or you are an existing ultra marathon runner, this will resonate with you. So do check, keep watching, keep listening. Hope you find this useful. Welcome back to consecutive day 1840 of a diary of a runpreneur. And today's topic is all about the reality of finishing an ultra marathon. But before we get into that, please don't forget that this vlog is part of a fundraiser of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days of distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. And the more people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. So back to the topic at hand, the reality of finishing an ultra marathon. So this is a 50k 24-hour ultra marathon I'm doing at the moment at Overrunning Festival, and I'm on the last. I've done 48 kilometers, so I've got 2 kilometers to go before I finish. And I wanted to kind of share this moment with you. To be fair, it would take me about 10 minutes or so to get in, so you just have to bear with me waffling along as I finish. It's a 24-hour marathon, or ultra marathon, sorry, but I started at midday and it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I've been quite strategic with my running today because I didn't want to do more than the 50k. Some people are going a lot further than that, and I wanted to get my last run in at midnight, so that's tomorrow's run done on my running streak. Saves me having to run tomorrow, or what is today. So method of my madness. So I started by running at midday to begin with. I then ran a 10k, it's 5k loops. I did 2 loops at 12 midday. I did 2 loops at 3 p.m, 2 loops at 6 p.m, 2 loops at 9 p.m, and I'm just on the last part of my second loop at the midnight run of 10k. So it's been a blisteringly hot day today. I think it's been 30 degrees, which is the last thing you want when ultra running. To the extent that I think we've had 3 did not finishes. One of them was a very experienced 100. He's a centurion. He's done a 100-mile ultra before, and the heat got the better of him to the extent that he had to be taken away in an ambulance because he collapsed. So it's serious stuff, ultra running. There's no kind of getting away from it, and you have to treat each ultra run. Oh, hang on a sec. My watch was just playing up. But anyway, yeah, you have to treat each ultra marathon in its unique right. What can sometimes feel like an easy event one day could be an impossible one the next, and that is the kind of the sadistic charm of ultra running, really. Some people absolutely love putting themselves through an arduous process of questioning whether they're going to actually finish or not, and then they go again. I get that from marathon running. A lot of people get it from ultra running. I'm not a massive fan of ultra running. I don't mind ones like today, where it's a relatively short ultra run. 50 kilometers is kind of the shortest ultra marathon you can do, and over 24 hours, 5k laps, you're not going to get an easier ultra marathon to get one under your belt, to be honest with you. But I'm feeling quite good. This last 10k, I'm averaging 5 minute 20 kilometers, which is pretty good. Throughout the day when it was blisteringly hot, I think I did a 5:40, 5:10 loop. I then did a 6 minute loop. I then dropped back down to kind of 5:45, and I think the last one I'm on for about 5:20, which is pretty good going. Because it's 50 kilometers, it's 30 miles. It's no, it's not to kind of take lightly or take for granted. It's still a serious distance. So I'm pleased with how my legs have felt. I'm pleased with how I fueled and planned my day accordingly. and hopefully I'll finish quite nicely. So 2 stretches of road left to go. This one's a fairly long bit, but when I say fairly long bit, I've only got, how far have I got to go? Here, 1.25 kilometres left to go, so less than a mile, but it's still, you know, it's never over until the fat lady sings, as they say. But yeah, I wanted to, I'm not going to spoil the surprise at the end, because I think it's important you understand the reality of ultra running. People see it as this bucket list item that they want to accomplish, and that's amazing if that is the case. And then they get there and they do it and put themselves through a whole world of pain, and then, you know, what you get at the finish is a little bit different, which I'll show you when we get there. So I've only got just over a kilometre left to go, so 5 minutes or so and we should be homebound. Been a really successful event though, Overrunning Festival. We had maybe 25 ultra runners, and there's a good few signed up for the 10k and the 5k tomorrow. I won't be there for that because I've got my children's end of season football awards to go to. But the facilities at Over Community Centre have been amazing. There's been, you know, segregated areas where runners can keep all their things, areas to sleep, showers that can be used, toilet facilities, a bar, a cafe. It's got kind of everything you want, and on a nice day, like it's been today, there's been a lot of people sitting outside and supporting all the runners as they run, which has been lovely. So this event really was all about testing the viability of whether we can do this again and push it a little bit bigger. And I think the answer is a very overwhelming absolutely we can. And I look forward to making this a kind of ready-made staple on the calendar for runners, certainly local. There's not a huge number of local ultra marathons you can do. There's certainly not a lot of local, very accessible ultra marathons. So people who want to get into ultra running, this is kind of a perfect starting point. It's flat, predominantly road, very little kind of dirt tracks to kind of go over, but it's very flat, very manageable. And the route is nice. You kind of got some village elements to it, and then you've got elements where you're out in the countryside, which is beautiful. You go through a beautiful kind of quintessential churchyard as well, which is quite nice to see during the day. Probably wouldn't want to run through it at night time, but there's a lot of variation, and I think that's what makes the loops not as monotonous as they could be. It's probably the easy way to describe it. So I'm just coming to the end of the first long stretch, and the last one is a lot shorter, as 9.4 kilometres now, so 0.6 of a kilometre left to go, 600 metres, and then it will all be over for me, which I'm pretty happy about. I look forward to having a quick shower back at the facility and then packing the bags up and heading home. Hopefully I'll be in bed. What's the time now? It's the time now is, let me just cut across the road, is 3 minutes to 1, so I should be in bed with a bit of luck, maybe 1:45. It's about 15 minutes to get back to the house. When I've showered and packed, half an hour is probably enough. So yeah, and then I'll hopefully get a decent night's sleep, a bit of a line tomorrow, and I should be fresh enough for end of season football awards, which I'm pretty excited about for the kids. So yeah, on the home straight, not far to go now. I can see the turning to the finish line. This is the bit I wanted to show you, as the no spoiler alerts here. I've got 0.4 kilometre left to go, 400 metres once round an Olympic track, and I'm home. So I can see the turning now, which is back into the community centre area, which is a a very pleasing sight, I must add. Really pleased with the legs to come in at 5-minute 20-kilometre pace at the end of a 50k. It's pretty good going, happy with that. So overall I think it's been, for me, a pretty successful event. I didn't get sucked into doing what other people were doing, I just ran my own race. And it wasn't about placing, as ultra marathons are normally just about finishing. And I'll have achieved what I set out to achieve, and I won't have ruined myself too much for the weekend, as I'll be running again tomorrow. So protecting the legs and having stuff left in the tank is an absolute Brucey bonus from my perspective. So I'm coming into the community centre area now. I'll be turning into the car park in just a second, and you know, for the big ending, as I come around the corner, I've got 100 metres to go on the home straight. Exciting to be nearly finished. So just over here, just over these speed bumps, through the cones and to the finish line. So close now. I can see the finish line. See these two flags ahead of me, this is the finish line. And woohoo! 50 kilometers done. So, without spoiler alert, that is what it's like finishing an ultra marathon. Look around me, pan around, it's just darkness, nobody in sight, and a lot of ultra marathons end that way. Compare that to marathon running, which I prefer. It might push your body to the absolute brink for a sustained period of time, but there's usually quite a lot of support, especially at the big ones, and cheer you in on the home straight. You don't get that in ultramarathon running, so kudos to people who do them, because it's a hard graft when you don't have that kind of end support. So yeah, learnings from the diary for today are, I prefer marathons to ultra marathons because A, it's during the day, B, you get a lot more support, certainly at the bigger marathons, which are the ones I prefer to do. Ultra marathons is a real mental battle because quite often you're very isolated, very much on your own, and yeah, it takes a very strong-willed, resilient individual to achieve that. So yeah, it's not for everyone. But that's it from me. Any questions or comments, drop me a line, I'll respond to everyone. Please remember, if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style, do give it a subscribe, share, like and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy. I'll see you again tomorrow.